Hello, my friends. Jason LeVasseur here in Nashville, Tennessee, and the video you are about to see is a 25-minute portion taken out of a 2-hour event at Whitman University in Spokane, Washington, and in attendance are all brand new students. It's it's the day after their move-in day, and enjoy the video.
Hey, it can never get too loud, and if you don't like it, just get out. Hey, it can never get too loud, and if you don't like it, just get out. Everybody knows the driver is the DJ. Everybody knows the driver is the DJ. Ow! Everybody knows the driver is the DJ. Gets to pick the song as you ride along. Everybody knows the driver is the DJ. I love this song, and I love Lydia. Oh yeah, I love Lydia. Ow! Thank you, Lydia. I like you. Is there gonna be more? Yeah, I'll do more. I'll do more. Would you? Should I just stop talking and only play songs? No, because this is not about me. This is about you. Hold on. That's the best ending to the song ever. It's on my album the same way. Like the song ends and then it's like, dingy ding ding dong, dingy ding 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 dong. It's usually when people like change the radio station. Like, goodness gracious. It's really great. Does that happen every hour on the hour? Yeah. Y'all are so lucky. You don't even need to watch. This is great. Well, there's some opinions here. I would love to hear them. I did not mean to talk about the thing, but it just started. Yes.
Are you related to Jack Black?
It's funny. I am a camp counselor, and I do like hang out with campers who play music, and I've done that since before the movie came out. Like yeah. So in a way, I don't disagree with you in seeing that. Yeah. I do a lot of body double work for like Brad Pitt and stuff, though. Yeah, I'm a stunt man. I'm an ankle model. I can't reveal them; it's too much. Y'all wouldn't be able to study for weeks. I got some nice ankles. I gotta protect them. They're insured. I got my. You gotta insure your assets. These are some assets I got down here. Gotta hide them in my pantalones. All right, where was I? So I just sang the song "Driver's the DJ." Thank you for listening. Thank you for clapping, Lydia. Thank you for being the inspiration for everything I do. I sang that song at a campus in Illinois. Anybody from Illinois by chance? No way. Okay, so there's a school there called Augustana College in the Quad Cities. And I met a student in his junior year. His name was Travis. And I was playing a big Springfest concert with a bunch of other bands. So it was a stage like this, but night. Disco ball, probably. I don't remember that part, but I thought that I'd add that for the story. It makes it better. Disco ball makes everything better. But Travis was a student that I met, and I remember him saying that it was his first time volunteering to do anything. So he volunteered to be on the concerts committee, and Travis was very memorable because it was like 12 students that were on the concerts committee, but Travis had this way of uplifting the whole group. He worked very hard, he was very cheerful, but he also walked around with these things called good vibes laser beams. And so if you were doing a good job, he'd be like, hey, you're doing a really good job. Pew pew, good vibes laser beams. Pew pew, good vibes laser beams, right? And it made me laugh. So I remembered Travis for these good vibes laser beams because he showed up and he chose how to show up and he uplifted the group, right? He made the group have more fun together through it was a very busy work day for a lot of the volunteers. But one of the things that I remembered is that he said he had not been involved before. It was the first time he'd really gotten out of his room and done stuff that was outside of his video game playing and going to classes. And then I met him again the next fall. And when I met Travis the second time, he approached me at this conference, and of course, I good vibes laser beamed him first, because I remembered that. He approached me, and I went, pew pew, good vibes laser beams, and then we high-fived. It was pretty cool for me. And but one of the things that he told me at that point is that he downloaded my song. He downloaded Driver's the DJ, And he told me the story about that summer turning 21. And I was ready for, he was like, I turned 21 this summer, I downloaded your song, and I was like, ooh, what's gonna happen now? He's like, well, I have a car, a lot of my friends don't drive, I also don't drink, and I was like, oh, tell me more. Like he was giving me all this information. He's like, yeah, but I'm like the sober driver for all my friends. I was like, well, that's awesome, thanks for being a good citizen, right? And he's like, yeah, so when they get in my car and I go pick them up at a party or at a bar and they're drunk and they're disorderly and they're telling me what to do, I put your song on and they shut up. And I was like, yeah, Travis, that's awesome. I'm glad I'm a helpful public servant for your taking control of your own vehicle. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. And then we beep, beep. And then, but then he stood there and we had this awkward moment of just looking at each other. And it's oftentimes that I have conversations with students or audience members after shows because I tell stories about speed bumps. I tell stories about overcoming obstacles. I have a lot of stories about being dumped, right? My whole first album, thank you, Ashley. Oh yeah, I named her from the stage. I don't mention her on the album, but it still hurts, but time heals. But it's still, so anyway, in those stories of doing a concert, I am somebody that a lot of folks like to approach because I don't live there, right? So a lot of people see me as a confidant. People tell me stuff they wouldn't tell other people, right? So I'm like a confidant and I'm a good listener. So I thought Travis, in this awkward silence moment, wanted to talk to me about being in love with a girl he hasn't told, or like something that was like something he couldn't share with other friends. So I was being very, very open to hearing what he had to say. And I was like, Travis, is there something else you want to share with me? And he's like, yeah. I was like, tell me. And then he stares at me and he goes, every morning before I get out of bed, I sing your song to myself. And I just looked at him, I was like, that's weird. And he's like, yeah, a little bit. I was like, tell me why. And he goes, well, after seeing all of y'all on stage that night, I realized how hard the different musicians had worked to get into those bands and then to put on a show for the audience. And I realized that it takes dedication and hard work, genuine hard work. And he said that he had not been involved up until that concert as a student on campus. He had not been an engaged student. He had not joined a club, joined a team, gone for extra help for a class, made decisions that were going to expand his horizons. And he made the decision in that night during the concert in his first volunteer role that he loved it. He loved it and he wanted to take more charge of his own direction. So the next day he was listening to the song and adapted the idea of being the driver. So Travis is really the person I give credit to for me using that idea on stage, of being the driver, of being the one in charge of your life, because Travis gave that idea to me. Again, you can interpret songs any way you want. He took my song and made it important to him in his car, but then he took it another level and said, I am the driver, and he used that song as a reminder every day that he was the driver. You've already shared that you've made driver decisions, and I think one of the most successful things you can do is to continually remind yourself every day that you are really the one in charge of your decisions. You are responsible for yourselves. I know you already are doing that, but what happened to Travis is that he decided to get more involved, and he ran for president of the concerts committee. So the next year he was president of the concerts committee. He went to all his classes on time, which he hadn't always been doing. He started eating better. He started getting more sleep. He started being more selective about who he spent time with, right? And this is really important, that Travis's success didn't come until he was a senior, right? Y'all are new to this campus. Imagine how much more you could accomplish if you simply made the decision as the driver of your life to get more involved and engaged starting today. Which means if you see a poster for an event, that you go to the event. If you see an opportunity for a club fair where other clubs and organizations are being presented, that you go to that thing. Because you don't want to wait until your junior year the way Travis did. Like he told me himself that he was a lame student. He was not involved. This is a sea of people, a community of people who respect each other, who can encourage each other to get involved and go out of your comfort zone, meet people you've never met before, and do stuff you've never done, because that's really what's going to make this semester awesome. So, this might seem a little cheesy, but I want you to say it with me. I'll count down from 3, and you just say, I am the driver. 3, 2, 1.
I am the driver.
You are, right? So, thank you. Give yourselves a round of applause. That's awesome. And as another fun activity, it's time to make a new friend. Can I get an oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
right, so now when I say go, I want you to stand up and meet somebody different this time than you met the first time. That means for those of y'all sitting over there in the shady grass, smart move, right? Now, I also know that some new people have arrived here since we did that last activity. So understand that in this activity, we don't want to leave anybody out. Your goal is to meet one other person, talk to one person, but if there's somebody near you who is not engaged in a conversation, make it a trio. Right? And what this means for some of us, if we're on the aisle, we can walk a little bit. If you're stuck in the middle of the group, it's harder to move. But I really want to encourage you to find somebody new you've never spoken to before. Introduce yourself, and I'm going to keep it easy. Name, where you went to high school, because that might inspire other follow-up questions. But on this one, I want you to think about this. And this is simple. This is just for conversation. Just to engage with somebody and look them in the eye. What is a movie that you could watch over and over again for the rest of your life, that you love? One more movie, yes. The original Top Gun, awesome. So here's the thing I want to celebrate. You all just met somebody new. You met somebody new again, and you just had a conversation, you looked them in the eye, and raise your hand if you're still alive. Right? That's awesome! Right? You just took a chance, like it did not kill you. Right? And it might not have been a comfortable conversation. You might have been nervous talking to them in the first place, but guess what? So is everybody else here. Everybody else here is in the same boat. Like, it is not easy to meet new people, but I guarantee everybody here wants to make new friends, right? That's awesome. So congratulations on now, and it's just in our time together, you have 2 new besties, right? Right? See this room, it's not a bunch of strangers. It's future friends. Right? These are your classmates. All right, y'all, have a seat. I want to teach you how to play drums. All right, what I need, could somebody bring me a chair, please? I need a chair. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, I got one. Yeah, thank you. What is your name? Elijah! You're the best! Thank you, Elijah. So for the folks that are sitting in the shade, it's a perfect spot. You're in the right spot because it's shady, but you might have to move that way a little bit just to see my hands. Or no, I'll do this. I'll move for you. You don't need to move for me. I'm so generous. I just want to make sure you can see what we're about to do. I'm about to teach you something that's going to change your life. It's called the paradiddle. I'm a drummer, and I want to teach you how to play drums. And for me, it's important, and I'm excited about it. And it's a pattern that you're going to play on your legs. And it is right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. Now, watch me. I'm about to do it. And you can do it with me. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Stop. Freeze. Now, I did it pretty quickly. I wasn't a great teacher. I acknowledge that, but I did it very intentionally. Some of y'all got it right away. You were doing the paradiddle, you're like, this is easy, I'm a natural drummer, watch out world, here I come. Others of you were like, I was about to get it, Jason, but then you stopped right as I was about to get in the groove, and you should have played it longer so I could get, that's category 2. Category 3 is, there's no hope, right? There's no way you're gonna do the paradiddle. So I want you to put yourself in one of those 3 categories. 1, you're a natural drummer. 2, you were about to be, but I stopped too soon. And 3, there's no hope. So raise your hand up high when I ask you to identify into one of those 3 groups. And I'm sorry that it's limited to 3, but that's where we are today. Natural drummers, raise your hand up high, right? You got it right away, you got it. All right, liars, put your hands down. Second category, you would have gotten it if I'd only played longer. Thank you, raise your hands up high. Thank you very much. Yell at your friends, thank you. Now the third category, there's no hope. Yes, thank you very much for your honesty, right? Now, one of the reasons there's no hope is because I did not teach it well. I taught it very quickly, and you were watching me too. You were watching me, and I was doing the opposite of what you were doing, right? Because I was saying right, but my hand was over here, and it was a mirror image, and you were trying to confuse, you were confused because my actions weren't matching what your brain was telling you. I'm going to slow it down for you, and I'm going to teach it better, but here's why what we do and matching what we say is super important. Check this out. Can you make a, pretend you're holding a tennis racket, right? But leave space for the whole racket in your hand so that you can see through it, but hold it up high. Right hand, hold it up high. Hold it up high. Now check this out. Can you see me, all y'all over there? Take this and put it on your chin. How many of you have it on your cheek right now? I said chin. Right? So this is why it's very important that your words match your actions, or your actions match your words. Right? How many of you had it on your cheek? I said chin, but I put it on my cheek. I fooled a lot of you, right? But this is why body language is really important. This is why what we say needs to match what we do, right? Walk the walk. And I know you will, because you're awesome, you're honest, you're ethical, right? But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna be the mirror that you thought I was. This will make more sense. Hold up your right hand, and I really mean that. Hold up your right hand, and now there's a mirror. Now you see that I'm holding my hand up on the side of the body that you also are holding your hand up, so that makes more sense. I will do my left when I say right, and I will do my right when I say left. So whatever I do with my hands, you do exactly the same thing. Right now, you're looking in a mirror at your drummer self. Hold up your right hand. Hold up your left hand. Whatever I do with my hands, you do as well. Can I get an oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
Make sure you're watching me. Now, are you truly a mirror right now, or are you sort of half a mirror? You're like, wah, wah. The more engaged you are in this moment, the more it's going to lead to your success. You are a mirror. I see in the back row, you're doing half a raise. You're a mirror. Mirror. Oh. Wax on. Wax off. Wax on, wax off. Did anybody say Karate Kid for their favorite movie? You did? Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, sorry to interrupt. All right, so shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. So what you just did is you were watching my hands and you were mirroring and the actions that I was doing. So let's do a paradiddle now. Hold up your right hand. Hold up your left hand. Right, left, right, right. Left, right, left, left. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. On your legs. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right. Oh my goodness! Ah! You're doing it! Give yourselves a round of applause! Give yourselves a round of applause! Oh my god, let's freak out! What a day! Ah! The clouds parted, the sun shines in, right? The folks who said there was no hope just did the paradiddle. That was awesome and amazing. Now, here's the important thing. The important thing was not whether or not you actually got to figure out the pattern that I was playing. The reason that I said something like that, is it life changer? Just the fact that you are willing to participate in something that you've never done before means that you have a growth mindset. Means that you're willing to go on a journey to learn new things. Means that tomorrow you're going to be more knowledgeable than you are today. So how cool is it that even the ones who thought there was no way to do it, is that you still were able to do it? So give yourselves a round of applause. That was awesome. So your success on this campus is going to be sort of like following that model. And here's the thing. Your professors are going to say stuff that for some of you, it's going to make sense right away. For others of you, you're going to be like, I need extra help. And some things you're going to hear, you're like, there's no hope. Right? But here's the thing. Everybody here on this campus wants you to succeed in their classes. And I'm only using the classes as an example. None of your professors are psychic. They don't know if you're going to need extra help. They're not going to ask you how many of you feel like you're in the second category, right? They're just going to teach the content. But you, as the driver of your life, need to advocate for yourself if you need to hear it in a different way, right? I taught it quickly the first time. Some of you got it. Most of you were unable to get it because I was a bad teacher, right? But then I slowed it down. I taught it a different way. I want you to think about this in the same way that you meet new people and you hear the things that they're interested in. You have a choice every time to be open-minded or to be closed-minded. So when somebody introduces you to an idea that you've never heard before, you have a choice in that moment to say like, huh, never heard of it. Sounds so weird. Or, huh, never heard of it. Tell me more. And what I want us to be is a tell me more crowd, right? I want us to be open to things. There's a good chance that you don't know everything, right? There's a good chance that there's a lot of stuff that other people right here know that you don't know. You all have hard skills and soft skills and personalities and experiences. Some of you may know how to go fishing on a creek, and some of you may know how to ride a horse. Some of you might know how to like change a tire, right? All of us have different skills that we know that we bring to each other, but what we can do is stay open to the possibility that we can learn something from everybody here. As the person who's sharing the things that you love and the things that you're interested in, remember that everybody in your audiences, that's all the new people that you meet, not everybody's gonna get what you're talking about the first time you say it. Sometimes you need to explain it a different way. Sometimes you need to explain it even if they're not asking you to explain it, right? You might need, somebody might just say, yeah, sure, but they're not gonna go to an event with you unless you really inspire them to go with you, right? But also understand, this is important. Hopefully I'm gonna connect the dots on this. I want you to just step forward as you and all the things that you love about you and the things that you already love about the things that you do in your life, and share that with the new people you meet. And not everybody's gonna be interested in it, but I guarantee there's gonna be a bunch of people who are, right? And I need you to every day go and put yourself out there and introduce yourself to people, to let people know what you stand for, what you believe in, what you're interested in, but understand that not everybody's gonna be into it. From the artist perspective, I played a song that I wrote on this stage called Driver's the DJ. There's a good chance that not everybody liked it. In fact, I know there are people in this audience that are not into dudes who play guitar, right? No, this is a fact. It's not your style of music, and that's fine. But it doesn't stop me from getting up here and playing it. I still want to put myself out there genuinely as me as much as possible. And I want you to do the same for yourself, knowing that 100% of the crowd's not going to be into what you're doing. And that's okay. That's absolutely beautiful, because that's why there's so many clubs and organizations on this campus, for you to find your niche, right? But if you wake up tomorrow and you're worried about pleasing 100% of the audience, it's not going to be as much fun as you being genuinely yourself, right? And putting the thing, and being honest and true about what you stand for and what you like. So I want that for you, because I want to meet you again in 5 years or 10 years, and you look back on college and you're like, I did the things I wanted to do with the people who cared about me and supported me, right? And if you're hanging out with people who don't support you for what you want to do, just form a different band. And I say that, I don't mean that lightly. It's not easy just to form and reform bands, but that's exactly what you're doing in this first couple weeks of college. And you'll be in a band in the first week of college that you might not be in next year. And by band, I mean group of people you hang out with, right? You might have gravitated towards somebody today, or maybe you're gonna have dinner with somebody tonight, and you guys remain best friends throughout college. Maybe you're gonna meet somebody next year who's gonna be your bestie, right? But the only way to do that is to put yourself out there. And here's the other thing. If you see anybody sitting by themselves at a meal, it's your responsibility to invite them to sit with you. Got it? Does that make sense? Right? There's no reason, we are all here. That's one of the scariest things to do, right? I tour by myself, so I fly. I'm used to just going and sitting in an airport by myself or eating in a cafeteria by myself. Every single person who came onto this campus wants to make friends, and every single one of us collectively can make sure that nobody eats alone, right? That's a simple request from me to you. And it doesn't mean that you're inviting them to your house for Thanksgiving. It just means you're gonna sit with a new person who's another new student on this campus, and you're gonna engage in a conversation, you're gonna learn about each other, and you're gonna find out what movies you're into. You're gonna find out if you have pets. You're gonna find out if you're the youngest of 17 children, right? You're gonna find out if you're into horses. Find out if you wanna be a bio major, right? Right now, there's people in this space within 20 yards of you who might become your best friend, and you don't even know them yet. Kind of cool. Let's go meet some more people. All right, so on this next activity, I want you to go meet somebody you've never met before, and I'm gonna give you more time on this, because here's what I'm gonna ask everybody to do. I want everybody on this side to go over there into the shade. I want everybody on this side, yes, you need shade, to go over there into the shade. And wait, let me tell you what you're gonna do when you get there. And I'll stop you again, and we're gonna do a couple of these. When you get there, I want you to meet somebody you've never spoken to before. Tell them your name, what you think you might major in. And if you don't know your major, that's fine. But then I want you to tell them where you want to go on a dream vacation. Dream vacation. Go meet somebody new, talk about your major and where you want to go on a dream vacation. But do it in the shade.